Hello, my name is Navigator, and in today's video we're going to be going over everything that I picked up at Immortal Championship Wrestling's Redemption 4, Saratoga Comic-Con in Saratoga, New York, and also a recent ringside order. So we have quite the mountain of stuff here. This pile even goes up off camera, so we have a lot to get through today, but I'll try to make it as quick as possible. And just for the sake of all the items in this stack, I'm going to try to go through this side first, and we'll get to that stuff after. But, you know what, we'll do it by where we got the stuff from. How about that? So, we will start off with the things that I got on Saturday from Immortal Championship Wrestling's Immortal 4. And to start off with, I have this fake apple here that was signed by Carlito. He's got "That's Cool" on there with the Carlito signature. It seems the C is a little faded, but for 15 bucks, I could not pass this up. Super cool. I love little things like this, little props that I can just have hanging around. So this was super cool to add to my collection. A sign, not authenticated, but regardless, I thought it was cool. A Carlito apple. So we have that. Next up from Redemption 4, for $5, we got this Undisputed Kingdom drawstring bag. Anything AEW, any AEW merch, I'm going to snap up in a heartbeat. And for $5, I mean, come on, there we go. So now when I go to these shows, I will have a wrestling-themed kind of drawstring bag to carry all of my loot in. So we have this, once again, an Undisputed Kingdom drawstring bag. So there is that. What else did we get from Redemption 4? I think it was really just this, and that was it. But yeah, the final thing we got from Redemption 4 is going to be this, I think it was Legends, but WWE Elite Legends Macho Man Randy Savage, of course, from that legendary, that famous Cream of the Crop promo. I don't think I'm really going to do a review here on the channel of this figure. I'm sure there's plenty of them out there, but I'm just really glad to have this in my collection. What a really cool and super unique figure because of that promo, even all the accessories that it comes with. All right, so that should do it. Oh, a little throwaway thing here. I did find this when I was out in Rome at Redemption 4. At a local Walmart, they had just this random, like, Raw ring sticker pack thing. I think somebody tried to like steal the little ring or something like that, and this must have, you know, slipped out, or they found it under the shelving unit. I have no idea, but nobody did anything. There's no barcode on it, so I just grabbed this thing. I figured, you know, these might come in handy someday, especially all these little WWE stickers. So we grabbed that. Probably gonna get arrested for it, but who cares? Nah, I'm just messing around. Okay, next up here, we'll go through the ringside order because that is pretty tiny, and then we'll finally end with all the stuff that I got at Saratoga Comic-Con. But number one from ringside, we did get the more hardcore 15-piece accessory playset. I will be doing a review of this on the channel. It should be up when this video is uploaded, so you can go check that out. This is recent. I saw Bretto Live unbox this, and it has some really cool things that I've been dying to add to my collection. So we have that as well. Moving on from there, this thing like just dropped. This is going to be the AEW Jazzwares ringside exclusive Konosuke Takeshita, who just this past Saturday defended his international championship against Ricochet. And I have the international championship, and I can finally put it on a figure. It was what, Will Ospreay, and then who was before? MJF. I had it on there, and then Will Ospreay. Don't have a figure of him, but I can finally display in the ring on a figure with Konosuke Takeshita. Again, I'll have a review of this. That thing is like hot off the press. I think I bought that just on a whim the day that it released. Next up here, another recent release on ringside is going to be the Black Machismo Jay Lethal figure. I did get this damaged packaging. I was planning on opening it. Didn't really want to preserve the box. I don't really care too much for it. So I got a damaged packaging. That's that right there. I think I got like $1 or $2 off. Wasn't anything crazy. But we do have this. And we do have another Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship title. Love having those. I already have one on Chris Jericho. But we have a spare here as well and a ton of accessories. So we'll unbox that too. All right. That was the ringside order. We can finally end here with everything we grabbed at Saratoga Comic-Con. Majority of it was Funko Pops. And I stopped collecting Funko Pops, so it's kind of funny that I grabbed majority of these. But these were ones that I really thought that I wanted or would have value or meant something to me. So starting off, we did get a Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Geralt with the Igni power. This glows in the dark, and it was a GameStop exclusive. I recently got an Amazon exclusive Geralt pop where his sword glows in the dark, and that was from the TV show, and I think this one will complement this. The Witcher is one of my favorite, franchises of all time. I wear, you guys hear this all the time in my videos, all the time. In every video, you'll hear that. Those are my necklaces, one of which is a Witcher medallion, which he wears around his neck, so I wear that every day. Witcher means a lot to me, but we did get that for 15 bucks, which I was very happy with. And then next up here, for only $10, I got this Funko Specialty Series Spartan Mark, what is that, 7, with the battle rifle. This is a Specialty Series, like I said. Halo stuff, anything Halo, figures, pops, whatever it may be. I just have a feeling that these are going to be worth something one day. Halo is a franchise that definitely has longevity, and they don't make merchandise for it, at least in toy form, all too much. So I wanted to pick that up for $10. I know that one day I will make my money on this. Mark my words. I'm going to throw these on the ground really quick. The next pop that I did grab was one that, really I already had. This is actually a Funko Pop. Sorry, let me get this out first. Among it being a Comic-Con in Saratoga, there were a bunch of celebrities that were there as well, one of which being the voice actor for Nathan Drake, Nolan North. Now, I already had a autographed Nolan North Nathan Drake Funko Pop. That was just his normal signature, had a little quote on there, and I already have that in my collection. I got that back in my days when I was working at a comic book store, but this is one that I wanted really for myself. I'm going to be very brief with this. Number one, I got it made out to Navigator, so I'm not looking to resell this at all. It is the Target exclusive one, so it is different from the other one that I have. So now I have both of these pops signed, but most importantly, I asked Nolan North to put a quote on the side of the box. Real greatness is what you do with the hand you are dealt. Sic parvis magna. That quote and those words mean a lot to me. They were said to Nate from the game. That quote I used in my college essay to get into college. It really means a lot to me. Once again, real greatness. Well, the whole quote is, we don't get to choose where we start out in this life. Real greatness is what you do with the hand you're dealt. And I've always just really appreciated that, loved that quote. And to kind of wrap it up, I had Nolan North sign that. But there you go. Got the signature, got the personalized quote, and I'm loving it. And it's the Target exclusive one as well. So I think I looked it up online. It was going for like $300. It was crazy. Next up here, one that I really have always wanted one of these pops. I've been seeing them online recently. And this one, among the, what is the word that I'm looking for? Among the pops that they had on the shelf, there was only one that really stood out to me because I knew that I was going to take one of them home. And that was this personalized and detailed They Live Funko Pop. So They Live, one of my favorite movies of all time. I talked about it when we unboxed that Greatest Hits John Nada WWE Elite. But there is something special about this specific one, and you can probably already tell what it is. This one has been personalized by an artist, that artist being Bone Steel. You can see right here. Again, I see these all the time online, how people will kind of do artwork and add stuff to the Funko Pop box, and I just loved this one. He has the artwork of the alien on the side. More importantly, though, the reason I love it is all over. It has those quotes, those sayings from the movie. Don't question authority, consume, sleep, marry and reproduce, work, fear, procreate, all those things from the movie. I just thought this Funko Pop looks so cool, and I can't wait to show it off in my collection. So we have that, once again, from Bone Steel. And I got it for $50, which in my opinion was a good deal considering all the detail that went into it. So we have that. Next up here, actually I'll say the literature for towards the end of the video. Let me get this stuff out of the way. But next up here, we did get a replica, a foam replica, but pretty solid foam, 10mm pistol from Fallout. If you guys didn't know, I'm a huge Fallout fan, and I saw this thing, and I was like, I had to get that. So I think it was like $40, a little bit overpriced, but I'd never seen it before, and I really could use these. I could finally dress up for these Comic-Cons. I have a Pip-Boy, I have other little Fallout merchandise, and I could totally use that as an outfit and add this to it. So we have this, a replica foam 10mm pistol, and in my opinion, it looks really cool. I love it, and it feels great. So we have that as well. Next up here, just a wrestling figure that I grabbed. I really don't even know the name. I know that it was one of those two luchador brothers, but we do have this WWE basic of, and I can't remember who it is. I think it's like Carlito's Cousins or something. But I got this for literally $1 at the Comic-Con, and it's in really, really good shape. So I was like, hell, for $1, I'll pick up a wrestling figure. Again, I don't know who this is. I know that I know of them, but I can't think of the name. But we did get that one as well. So just the only really action figure that we got from the con. Next up here, before I show you the final thing, we're going to go over some literature that I picked up. Number one being a free Saratoga Comic-Con poster here. So we got all that, really cool. Love that. Love when they have free literature. It always means the best. Next up here, some business cards. So number one, I want to talk about Shadow Pop here. I was able to meet, Josh Pizas, I believe that's his last name, but Josh, he has a great business called Shadow Pop, and basically what it is they are these cardboard displays that you can kind of put a comic book into, or like a movie case or something, and then there's also room inside of this cardboard case to display a Funko Pop, a figure, something a little bit extra. If you guys have ever seen the I'm trying to think of how to describe it, but they're like the Funko Pops. They're really large, and they have the tiny Funko Pop at the bottom, and then this really large print in the background. Imagine that, but you can customize the outside of the frame of the picture. It's a long story, but if you guys are looking for a unique way to display your figures, and this is not like a promo or something at all. This isn't like, being paid to do this. This guy has some really awesome stuff, or they, Shadow Pop, have some really awesome stuff over on their website. You should totally check it out. And it is incredibly inexpensive. They're like $6 a piece, these little displays. So if you are interested, once again, if you need displays for your figures, for your Funko Pops, for anything, your sports memorabilia, go over to Shadow Pop and check out their displays. So we have that. Next up here was Cooper's Cave Games in Fort Edward, New York. I've never been there personally, but I have heard of them before through my wrestling endeavors, and I got a business card from them as well. They were the ones that hooked me up with, oh my gosh, oh no, there is another figure down there. I was missing it. They hooked me up with that basic figure that I couldn't name, and another figure we're going to review here in just a second, so shout out to them. And then finally here, this was Bone Steel's business info. Again, the guy that made that custom Funko Pop from They Live, so we have that as well. And there's a QR code if you guys were interested in scanning that. So we have that. Some more literature from the Comic-Con. From Redemption 4, I actually got this one at just a little advertisement for Final Fight, another event coming up for One Up Wrestling. I love these things, though, because these are like scale for my wrestling figures, so I can kind of hang this up in my arena and almost advertise it a little bit. I did run into a state trooper here. I got a free bracelet from him. It's hiding it. It's right there. And he kind of convinced me to grab one of these, so another little piece of free literature. Figured I'd have a little gaff with that. Next to Bone Steel was a local comic book writer. I forget his name. Oh my gosh. I forget his first name. It's one of these last names, so I forget his first name. I do apologize if for some, once in a blue moon chance he's watching this video, but he convinced me to grab this this graphic novel, Sidekicked. And it's pretty much sidekicks of superheroes go on strike, and then the superheroes take advantage of that or something like that. But I am really curious to read this. It looks really good. And for $20, it better be awesome, because hell, I have not spent $20 on a book in quite some time. But I am excited for that, and we'll be taking a look at that very soon. All right, finally here, the last figure that I did get from Cooper's Cave Games. This is going to be just a Necron figure. I think it is Necron, right? Yeah, Necron Warrior figure from the Warhammer series. This thing's pretty beat up. I don't really know if I want to do a review on it. We'll see about that. But I did have this figure, and I got it for I think like $10. So I was very happy with that. I don't have any bad guys for my Warhammer collection, so that'll be just perfect. And then finally here, because this is a really long video so far, another voice actor that I got to meet was a voice actor from an NPC in Fallout 76. I'm not going to get into the whole story, but it was Patrick Pedraza. He voiced a character in Fallout 76, which is a big Fallout game for me, that ended up killing a bunch of people with explosives by accident. So I had him sign in here, "Be careful with explosives." Patrick Pedraza, Mike Tiller, who is the character that he voices. So I have that as well in my Fallout 76 Vault Dwellers Survival Guide. I will leave it there, folks. Quite the haul that we had, but man, I'm very excited. Some really awesome stuff, some gems, some grails to add to the collection, and I will leave it there. As always, folks, my name is Navigator. Have a nice day. Take care.